The Human Experience of Duchenne Muscular Dystrophy. Stories of Inclusion. Hello, I'm Daniel Peters. Today we are going to examine 3 different communities and how they helped make inclusive environments for people with Duchenne muscular dystrophy. But first, it is important to know what Duchenne muscular dystrophy is and how it affects the body. DMD is a genetic disorder that affects approximately 20,000 children globally every year. DMD is caused by a mutation in a gene located on the X chromosome, so it primarily affects males. Females can be carriers, but in about a quarter of the cases, the mutation occurs spontaneously with no known family history. The mutation causes the body to have problems making the dystrophin protein, which is required to maintain muscles in our bodies. Over time, this affects large muscle systems, so that complications are usually seen in children between the ages of 3 to 5 years old. As the disease progresses, this progressive muscle weakness affects the functions of the intestines, lungs, and heart. It is due to these complications that the average life expectancy is only in the mid-20s. Therefore, it is important to make the most of the time patients have and take time to appreciate the complex social effects of life-threatening illnesses on individuals as they interact with their communities. I am the president of an online platform promoting awareness and involvement in creating inclusive spaces for marginalized members of communities. Every weekday, I present ideas on the Facebook page 100 Things to encourage each follower to commit to doing 100 things in order to create safe spaces for the members of their community. An aspect about DMD that is not usually discussed is what is being done to better the lives of those living with the disease. So here are 3 examples of areas where communities made room for those living with the genetic disorder. Our first story is about Kevin Groger, a high school student who moved to Scottsdale, Arizona as a teenager. Despite being in a wheelchair due to Duchenne muscular dystrophy, the Chaparral High School football team offered him a position on their roster and on the Firebirds' offensive line. Often, someone with Duchenne would not be allowed to play football because of their limited mobility, weakness in throwing arm, and motor delays. However, this organization made Kevin feel a part of the team. They attended away games using a wheelchair-accessible bus and wore Cure DMD wristbands to raise awareness. Here are some ways that extracurricular groups can include those with DMD. Our second story is about Raymond Walter. Raymond hasn't let DMD slow down his pursuit of education. He was able to graduate high school by the age of 14 before continuing on to triple major in college at the University of Arkansas. He earned bachelor degrees in mathematics, physics, and economics. He continued his education at the university and is on track as a computational physicist to earn doctorates in math and physics by the age of 25. A person with DMD would not typically be able to accomplish these incredible academic feats because dystrophin also affects the functioning of a part of the brain called the hippocampus. The hippocampus is associated with learning abilities and memory formation, so this can cause developmental delays and learning disabilities that worsen over time. These academic programs allowed for Raymond to finish elementary, middle, and high school early, and make the most of his years absorbing the material while he was still young. Here are some ways that academic programs can offer opportunities to those with DMD. The third story is about Josh Moser. Josh has been able to secure a position as a client processing associate at an investment management group called Vanguard. Often, someone with Duchenne muscular dystrophy would have difficulty holding down a full-time position in a large corporation due to the physical limitations of working with a computer and even basic self-care needs. Josh's company resolved these issues by providing a speech-to-text program so that he could interface with the computer. In addition, Vanguard contracted a personal care assistant to support bathroom breaks and lunchtime routines. Here are some ways that companies can help to employ people with DMD. While I was researching the 3 people in this video, I came across 5 more uplifting human experience stories involving others with DMD. Feel free to check them out. Thank you so much for watching. September 7th is World Duchenne Awareness Day. Take a moment on this day to spread awareness and suggest one of the accommodations mentioned in this video to a local school, organization, or workplace. It could be the start of something great in your community.